Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Now, a 27-year-old Indiana woman was arrested at Chicago Midway International Airport last week. Funny, I don't remember International being in the title of Midway. I don't know why. That just made me laugh for a second. I know O'Hare International Airport, but I know Midway's a huge-ass airport. But just saying the Chicago Midway International Airport.
Yeah, I thought it was the Midway National Airport.
Yeah.
I didn't think, where do they go?
Well, Southwest.
Midway local drop-offs. You guys just keep making it, worse.
Listen,
It's the Metro.
Before we get to what this woman was carrying 60 pounds of that got arrested at Midway, I miss the old Midway when it was grittier. And I'm talking, they did a $600 million renovation.
I miss the old Kanye.
Yeah.
The old Midway.
The old Midway, you could pull your car up. There was a lot in front of the gate. And you could just park there and leave. And I swear to God, you could just leave your flashers on and come back 2 days later and your car would just still the tires would be gone. But other than that, the car would be there. I just missed that. When they renovated it, made it nicer, it upset me. I don't know. I don't know why. I like the old cruddy Midway. I loved it.
It's not like the Buckingham Palace right now.
Compared to what it was, it is. Compared to what it is. Okay, so what do you think she was carrying 62 pounds of, Kenzie?
62 pounds.
That would get you arrested at O'Hare or Midway Airport.
I just imagine getting tackled over the snacks you bring in and you're like, oh, I swear. I swear to God, I messed up one time and brought my hair products on my carry-on. And you would have thought I had a bomb strapped to me. I'm like, I'm sorry, I will throw the moose away. Just relax. I'm not trying to do anything here.
I will never forget buying Paul Mitchell shampoo, the big jug of it.
Oh, no.
Because it was on sale at the location I was going to, and it's more expensive here with the tax in Chicago. And coming back, and the guy looked at me, and he goes, I only do carry-ons. I never check a bag. And he goes, that ain't going to fly. I go, but I just bought this. It was $22.
It's sealed. I know. I hate when I bring something expensive on accident.
And for me to throw that in the garbage was one of the most saddest moments of my life.
What was the hardest day of your life?
Yeah.
You've had some struggles, but nothing like that. Because think about how long that shampoo would have lasted you.
It lasted me usually 3 months.
I know, and it was worthless. You didn't get to use it at all.
Ugh.
Sometimes I disagree with what they consider a liquid. And that makes me mad.
If it's a gel, it's not liquid, you think?
This is bull crap. Yeah, I got something from Bath and Body Works. Well, you can't bring this on. I'm like, why? It was lotion. It's not a liquid.
Well, lotion's liquidy.
It doesn't run through your fingers. You can't pour it into a cup.
Oh, yeah, you can.
I can run lotion through my fingers.
What ass lotion do you buy?
Oh, my man.
It was like a body butter. I'm like, this is thick as hell.
Okay, so the woman was carrying, you think it was hair products. Case, what do you think?
I think it was a dog because people are out of control with these animals in the airport. Every day there's a story about an emotional support kangaroo and a therapy gecko, and I'm sure she brought in a dog all willy-nilly to Midway, and they stomped that out.
People have to stop. We've really overdone therapy pets. Go back to normal therapy. I don't think it's helping anybody. They just keep getting more animals, and it's not benefiting them. They just seem sad still.
And the dogs are fine. I'm fine with all the dogs you want to bring on a plane. I'll sit on a plane with all dogs.
On a plane.
Yeah, I'll be fine with that.
What is with all these damn dogs on this damn plane?
Yeah, an emotional support parrot doesn't fly in for me. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It was cocaine. It was just
cocaine.
Also, she should have been arrested.
Yeah.
Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, just overthought it there a little bit. It was cocaine. So she had 62 pounds of cocaine at baggage claim. And I'm not sure if it's her first time trying to traffic drugs. Probably not the best way to do it. According to several DEA Chicago Division enforcement personnel, they intercepted the luggage belonging to her, and she was coming from L.A. to Midway, where that's where all the cocaine comes from, L.A.
Well, she's probably it's all in plastic bags. It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And also, it's not a liquid. She's like, I don't understand.
Well, listen, authorities uncovered 31 pounds of the cocaine, and then the second person she was traveling with had the other 31 pounds, 2 checked bags of coke. Tried to get it in. There you go. I'm still astounded that people still do coke in a way. I don't know why. It just still fascinates me.
You know what? Maybe you're right, Brian. Maybe people don't do coke. That's what they're finding pounds of it everywhere. Nobody knows what to do with all this cocaine.
So there's just extra cocaine laying around.
Yeah, there's just like this plethora of cocaine that no one can get rid of. That's why everyone's getting caught.
I don't know.
You used to be able to sell it fast. You'd have to bring it on a plane from LA to you wouldn't have made it that far.
Yeah, you sold it
It'd have
on the
been
plane.
Snorted up.
Kenzie, do you remember that episode of The Office where they have the surplus and they have to figure out if they're going to buy the new printer or the office chairs?
Exactly.
Do you think cocaine salesmen are like, I got to get rid of this. I have a surplus of cocaine.
Well, the problem is they their bosses are going to be way more mad if they have leftover cocaine than the paper company.
That's
you
true.
know?
That's really true.
It's not like a reward system. It's like, I'm going to die if we don't get rid of this cocaine. We've got to get rid of it.
To think about carrying 62 pounds of cocaine through Midway Airport, we asked Case, the producer, to find a list of other things that weigh 60 pounds to give you a reference of what it would be like to carry 60 pounds of coke through Midway. So
That's a lot of coke, right? I've never done it. I don't know a lot about it. That's a lot of coke, isn't
Well,
it?
it's a light powder, so imagine.
Yeah, it was 60.
It's not a brick.
Yeah, it's a lot of coke.
Well, kind of is.
So give us an
Actually.
example case of things that weigh 60 pounds that would be carrying through Midway Airport, like 60 pounds of coke.
So this is an article that somebody wrote titled "Things That Weigh 60 Pounds."
Well, sounds like the right thing for us in this situation.
Imagine writing that article, first of all.
Yep.
So number one on the list, imagine this in the form of cocaine in relation. 7 gallons of milk.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
1 gallon of milk sucks.
I know.
When it's
Oh
in
my-
your grocery bag and you know the grocery bag's not going to make it up
No.
the stairs.
Oh.
As it pulls, you're like, oh, I should have double bagged it. Oh, no.
And then everything just goes, then it goes flying, and then you're like, got the other bags of
Have you ever been
groceries.
carrying it up the stairs? You're like, this is going to be bad.
All right, 7 gallons of milk. What else equals 60 pounds?
30 pineapples.
Oh, my goodness. I've never even carried a pineapple. So I don't know.
I don't know if I have either.
We carried one yesterday at a Costco.
You did?
Yeah, they're so pointy, very difficult to hold.
They're like a weapon.
They're sharp.
They have the things on the top that are spiky, and the cell itself has also
There's
got
not
spikes.
a great place to hold a pineapple. It's like hugging a porcupine. It sucks.
It's also so good. Pineapple is so tasty.
They're a bitch to cut,
Yeah,
though.
are
Every
they?
time my husband buys a pineapple, I'm like, well, there goes my afternoon. This is a whole project for me.
I have a pineapple related question.
Yes,
Can you fly with a pineapple?
probably.
But not 30. I can't imagine you can walk on with.
Come on now.
You're that crazy pineapple person.
But are you allowed to bring a pineapple on a plane?
You're allowed to bring food on the plane. People just don't realize it. And I don't want my husband to know that because he make me pack a sandwich, which sucks. I don't want to do that.
Okay. Also on this list, a small bale of hay.
Is 60 pounds.
Yes, 60 pounds, the equivalent of the
Oh.
cocaine that was brought to Midway.
Bales of hay suck.
Preach.
I buy one every year at Halloween to set outside my house. And about November, I regret it every year. I don't know what to do with it.
Okay, because I got to admit, I didn't know where you were going with this. I was like, one more thing you hate on a list there. But I said, how could she hate a bale of hay?
It's a lot of work.
And now I get it.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
It ruins my car every year. It doesn't fit in a garbage bag when you want to get rid of it. I never know what to do with the hay. I don't have a horse, and it sucks.
Do other animals eat hay?
I don't know.
I can picture you putting the hay on your porch for Halloween
like trying
decoration.
to give it to a turtle and then my pond in the back.
Yeah, just all these animals go, damn, there's a bale of hay over
I'm
here.
going to start putting Christmas lights on that damn thing. I hate it. Every year. I got to
Wow.
stop.
All right.
Bale of hay on the list of things Kenzie doesn't like.
So
Wasn't
the-
anticipating that.
There's
It's a lot of work.
well, these push pins, kind of like a map around the world of the things Kenzie hates. And now I never expected bale of hay was like the DraftKings odds were like 1,000 to 1.
I
Dude,
thought
it's-
Legos was going to be
It's a
impossible.
lot of work.
So,
Brian, are you familiar with bales of hay? Have you ever messed around with one?
oh, I've seen them. I've never picked one up.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, good
City,
luck if
city
you have
slicker.
to.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I live in the city. I'm not messing with hay.
No, come on now. What about this one? 62 cans of soup.
Holy crap. So this woman brought 60 pounds of Coke through Midway, so 60 cans of soup is equal to that.
Oh.
You can just have a sore throat. I need soup.
Chicken noodle soup for the soul, am I
Yeah.
right?
Oh, my God. What else, Case?
I'll read this one because I'm so curious to know if you guys have a reaction to this. These are things that weigh 60 pounds in relation to the cocaine that was brought 60 pounds of cocaine to Midway yesterday. On this list, listed at 60 pounds, quote, an obese raccoon.
What? Well, you can just say that about a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Obese squirrel, obese chihuahua. I mean, that's That's oddly specific.
Oh, my God.
If anybody's got, like a farm out there, because I grew up on a farm and we had raccoons running around all the time, it was a huge problem. So if you ever see an obese raccoon running around, you can, nudge your wife on the arm and go, that's about 60 pounds.
That's
a 60-pound
Just in
raccoon.
case you're wondering.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Hundreds of people in Oregon have signed a petition. A poor whale washed ashore in Hallam Bay State Park, and it's sitting there, and they're just kind of letting it rot, basically, and it smells terrible. The people that live in that area, and the park is beautiful, I guess. So people have signed a petition to blow up the whale.
What?
Because they can't haul it out of there. No one's going to pay for like a monstrous crane to come in there and lift a whale out of there and do it.
But then there's going to be whale chunks everywhere. That doesn't do anything.
Well, it's interesting you say that because they were inspired with this petition back in the 70s. The same thing happened, and they did blow up the whale.
What?
So the audio of the day is the news report from back in the 70s when they did that and blew up a whale.
Well, I'm confident that it'll work. The only thing is we're not sure just exactly how much explosives it'll take to disintegrate this thing so the scavengers, seagulls, and crabs and whatnot can clean it up.
That's them blowing up the whale.
Oh,
Our camera stopped rolling immediately after the blast. The humor of the entire situation suddenly gave way to a run for survival as huge chunks of whale blubber fell everywhere. A parked car over a quarter of a mile from the blast site was the target of one large chunk. The passenger compartment literally smashed. Everyone on the scene was covered with small particles of dead whale.
Now,
Oh, my God. Why would they want to do that again?
because it's pretty awesome,
Yeah,
I guess.
because it worked the first time
Yeah.
without question.
Well, the engineers, they lit 20 cases of dynamite below the whale because, like he said at the beginning, if you hear the audio of the guy, they're not sure what they're doing. Listen to the audio one more time.
Well, I'm confident that it'll work. The only thing is we're not sure just exactly how much explosives it'll take to disintegrate this thing so the scavengers, seagulls, and crabs and whatnot can clean.
See, their idea was to blow it into pieces, then the birds could eat it. Crabs and all that could come eat the whale, the rest of the whale, because they can't eat the big whale.
Well, okay. How was I the only person who thought, well, wow, this is going to explode these chunks everywhere?
They did want chunks everywhere, just small chunks for birds. But as you heard in the news report, one big chunk landed a quarter mile away.
I mean, onto a car. What if you were anti-whale blowing up and you were the recipient of that?
Oh, listen to the explosion again.
Our camera stopped rolling immediately after the blast. The humor of the entire situation suddenly gave way to a run for survival as
I love
It's like Walter Cronkite in Vietnam. It's the same energy.
news reporters were built different back then. The humor turned dark. And people
It should have
went,
never been a happy thing. You were blowing up a whale. How sick is society?
Do you think they were tailgating outside the whale explosion?
it sounds like it was a party,
They
and then people
pounded a
ran
few
for their
natty
lives.
lights before they blew that
well,
thing
the way
up.
he said it was like, well, obviously seemed like it would be a good time. Why?
20 cases of dynamite below the whale. Oh, my God.
huge chunks of whale blubber fell everywhere. A parked car over a quarter of a mile from the blast site was the target of one large chunk. The passenger compartment literally smashed. Everyone on the scene was covered with small particles of dead whale.
I don't buy that 20 cases of explosives is cheaper than a crane for like an hour. I'm not even buying that.
I don't know. Listen, I bought some dynamite last week. It's super cheap.
Did you? Let's go fishing.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
A lot of listeners check in when we played that whale audio being blown up in the 70s and the news, sitting there after 20 cases of dynamite to blow it up because there's a whale beached in Oregon where the people want to do it again to get the smelly whale out of there.
Can we play the original news clip one more time? It brought me a lot of joy.
Okay, so the original clip is this. So that's the guys talking about how much dynamite they're going to use, and then the newscaster, when they blow it up, what happens?
I'm confident that it'll work. The only thing is we're not sure just exactly how much explosives it'll take to disintegrate this thing so the scavengers, seagulls, and crabs and whatnot can clean it up.
So they had good intentions to blow up the whale, and the little pieces were eaten by crabs and seagulls.
Because Kenzie had asked, well, why did they not expect chunks to fall down on everything like what happened? And I think what they were going for was, the diced pepperoni pizza? I think they were looking for like diced, but they ended up with full-on flying saucer pepperoni.
I don't know why they thought it would be a nice, neat shop. They're using explosives inside of a whale.
Also,
I don't know
though,
why no one's like, I understand what you would like. This isn't a sushi station, okay?
I gotta say, Case, that's an amazing visual I just got.
Thank you.
Of little whale chunked up pepperonis as
Stop
opposed
it.
to.
I feel bad for the whale.
Well, just so you know, the whale's already dead.
I don't like it.
Yeah, so it's better that way.
Yeah. Here's what happened when they blew up the whale in the 70s.
Our cameras stopped rolling immediately after the blast. The humor of the entire situation suddenly gave way to a run for survival.
So people tailgating out there drinking, wanting to watch the whale blow
Why
up.
did people go watch that? It sounds like they brought children.
Oh, okay. Let me ask this question seriously.
What?
A whale washes up at North Avenue Beach, and they say they're going to blow it up to get rid of it. You're not going to watch that?
No, I'm not a psychopath.
I'm first one in line.
We're doing a live broadcast
Yeah.
from there. We're giving away
That's
Riot
so
Fest tickets.
mean.
But it's dead.
It's so you can do whatever you want to its body. That's good to know. We'll keep that in mind with you.
You can blow me up when I'm gone.
Shove
I
explosives
can't
on
wait.
you.
Absolutely. And I will look like that whale on North Avenue Beach sitting out there.
It sounds like the Tet offensive when they blow up the whale. It's the most cartoonish explosion sound I've ever heard.
Well, speaking of cartoonish, a lot of people checked in the Simpsons episode when they said explosives to kill the whale, and Chief Wiggum's out there talking before they blow it up. Here's that scene from The Simpsons.
All right, back up, everybody. Oh, but not too much. You are definitely going to want to see this. So clean how part of it just disappears like that.
It's all the flaming chunks of the whale coming down and killing everybody.
Citizens, today we honor Bluella the whale, along with the victims of the Great Whale Explosion.
And then he gets it. Oh, boy.
How is there a Simpsons clip for everything?
Family Guy, Simpsons, South Park. You can all reference them back.
The Holy Trinity, if you will.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Something else with nature that's pretty terrifying that happened is a woman was swallowed up by quicksand. That's right, quicksand, while enjoying just a nice walk with her husband on the beach. Quicksand. This was in Maine, and they just found themselves waist deep in sand. Now, they lived. They're okay, but it was the most terrifying thing ever for them, is dropping like a rock into the sand, and it just brings back memories of cartoons. And we always thought quicksand was going to be a huge problem when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be. It's gonna be around.
And it's not a big problem.
I know.
I mean,
I haven't taken many jungle hikes lately.
Oh, speak for yourself.
So exactly. So I'm sure other people experience this within the jungle. It's obviously the main staple. It's like trees and quicksand.
I just you see
That's a
that.
jungle.
The jungle.
That's what you think the jungle is?
Trees and quicksand.
That's a takeaway for today.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that's true. Like, I don't know if you go to the jungle, there's that much quicksand around, but it always feels.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Yeah,
You're obviously not familiar.
I don't go to jungles. But I don't know. I just, that's my impression, though, that there's some there, but not in Maine. There's no quicksand in Maine.
Was there a jungle in Maine?
They were on a nice beach, a nice little resort.
It was on a beach?
Yeah, Popham.
Oh, new fear, huh?
So-
I thought it was safe at a beach.
Yeah, Popham Beach State Park in Phillipsburg, Maine, and they dropped they dropped in like a manhole cover that was open. They were just walking along, and then they
That's a bummer.
are waist deep, but they did get rescued, and they're good now. But something you never ever thought would happen to you. But do you have an irrational fear of nature? And I want you guys to check in on this at 312-591-8300. Just something that's very irrational, like quicksand.
Well, I do, but it's. I feel like it's rational because I saw. So when I lived in North Carolina, my neighbor caught a bunny, and it bit the hell out of his arm and ran away.
Wow.
And I saw that, and now, like when a bunny runs into a bush or something, I have to run by it because I feel like it's gonna run out, attack me, and leave again.
Huh.
Because they're so zippy. And I just feel like they're going to nibble at my ankles. I mean, it tore this guy up.
Well, that's a lesson. You
And
can't cage a bunny.
I wasn't ready because I was like 4. And I'm like, look at the bunny. Oh, my God.
Oh.
And like, now I can't walk past a bunny because I think it's going to attack me.
God, I'm thinking if there's a movie scene where a bunny attacks some guy and grabs his in the jugular in his neck. What am I thinking of? I
don't know.
cannot remember.
I do remember there being an evil bunny with red eyes and something, right?
Yeah, I'm not. This
I feel like I do know what you're talking about.
This is more funny. I don't know if that's a funny movie situation where the bunny attacks the guy. What movie is that?
Kenzie, how do you do during Easter? Because it's kind of based around a bunny.
I just don't like them running around me because I think they're forming a mosh pit and they're going to attack me. I don't like it.
They're coordinated?
I think they're cute like when I'm in a house. Yeah. If it runs into a bush, I can't walk past that. I will go to the other side of the street because Michael is obviously going to come out and attack me quickly and then run away.
It's obviously a coordinated attack.
I don't like that. And, drive-by bite. I can't handle it.
312-591-8300. Check in. We'd love to hear your voice on this one of things. And by the way, it was the Monty Python and the Holy Grail was the scene I'm thinking of.
Oh, jeez.
And John Cleese was just
I think there's
in
also
town.
quicksand in that movie, actually.
I think there is. What a great movie. And John Cleese was in town this week, actually.
Wait, what happens to the bunny in Monty Python? I've never seen it.
Oh, boy, we're getting a lot of Monty Python.
He gets attacked by the bunny.
It is like a red-eyed bunny. It jumps.
Well, it's a harmless bunny. And then I'll try to find that scene in a minute, too.
They're not harmless. They got a lot of oomph.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I witnessed. I was there.
I'm really glad there's a lot of Monty Python listeners out there that are checking. There's about 400 texts saying Monty Python. That was it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh.
312-591-8300. Check in with your irrational fear of nature, what yours is. In the meantime, it's a John Mulaney bit on quicksand.
I was a very nervous kid. I was anxious all the time when I was younger.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we were talking about this woman that fell into quicksand in Maine, something you didn't think would ever happen, and asked about your irrational fear. And Kenzie brought up rabbits. She thinks rabbits are coordinating to bite her ankles.
I can't walk. If a rabbit runs into like a bush or something, I cannot walk past that bush because I think it's going to run out, bite me, run back in. And I'm not quick enough.
Now, all I thought about was the scene, and thank you to our listeners. There's like 600 or 700 texts that it was Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
Is.
And so that kind of quelled the question of your irrational fear in nature. But boy, did I found this scene, and I forgot how funny the Monty Python Holy Grail, the killer bunny scene is when they're all gathered out. Case hasn't seen this movie.
No.
Shocker.
I know of Monty Python because so many comedians that I like reference it, but I don't know what this is.
They're all, traveling, and the king, and they're outside this cave, and there's a bunny guarding the cave. And they're like, well, let's just go in. There's a bunny guarding it. And
is it a big bunny or a normal bunny?
No, it's a normal size little bunny.
Okay.
And the guy there is telling them, no, it's ferocious beast. It'll kill you. And they're like, it's a bunny. And then we'll take it right from there.
He can leap about. Look at the bones! Go on, boys, chop its head off. Right, silly little bleeder. One rabbit suit coming right up.
So the guy goes to the bunny with the sword.
Look!
The bunny jumps up and decapitates him.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.